Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in for another episode of Social Distancing Story Time. I think today we'll be finishing up where the sidewalk ends by Shel Silverstein, so let's dive in and see what crazy poems we have in store. The Silver Fish. While fishing in the blue lagoon, I caught a lovely silverfish, and he spoke to me. "My boy," quoth he, "please set me free, and I'll grant your wish. A kingdom of wisdom, a palace of gold, or all the goodies your fancies can hold." So I said, "Okay," and I threw him free. And he swam away and he laughed at me, whispering my foolish wish into a silent sea. Today I caught that fish again, that lovely silver prince of fishes, and once again he offered me, if I would only set him free, any one of a number of wonderful wishes. He was delicious. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'll eat ya. Forgotten language. Once I spoke the language of flowers. Once I understood each word the caterpillar said. Once I smiled in secret at the gossip of the starlings and shared a conversation with the housefly in my bed. Once I heard and answered all the questions of the crickets and joined the crying of each falling, dying flake of snow. Once I spoke the language of the flowers. How did it go? How did it go? The generals. Said General Clay to General Gore, "Oh, must we fight this silly war? To kill and die is such a bore." "I quite agree," said General Gore. Said General Gore to General Clay, "We could go to the beach today and have some ice cream on the way." "A grand idea," said General Clay. Said General Clay to General Gore, "We'll build sandcastles on the shore." Said General Gore, "We'll splash and play." "Let's leave right now," said General Clay. Said General Gore to General Clay, "But what if the sea is closed today? And what if the sand's been blown away?" "A dreadful thought," said General Clay. Said General Gore to General Clay, "I've always feared the ocean's spray." "And we may drown, it's true, we may. It chills my blood," said General Clay. Said General Clay to General Gore, "My bathing suit is slightly tore. We'd better go on with our way." "I quite agree," said General Gore. Then General Clay charged General Gore as bullets flew and cannons roared, and now, alas, there is no more of General Clay or General Gore. Just me, just me. Sweet Marie, she loves just me. She also loves Maurice McGee. No, she don't. She loves just me. She also loves Louise Dupree. No, she don't. She loves just me. She also loves the willow tree. No, she don't. She loves just me. Poor, poor fool, why can't you see? She can love others and still love thee. Standing. Standing on my elbow, with my finger in my ear, biting on a dandelion and humming kind of queer. Well, I watched a yellow caterpillar creeping up my wrist. I leaned on a tree, and I said to me, "Why am I doing this?" I think that's a pretty good question. The one who stayed. You should have heard the old men cry. You should have heard the biddies, when that sad stranger raised his flute and piped away the kiddies. Katie, Tommy, Meg, and Bob, following, skipping gaily. Red-haired Ruth, my brother Rob, and little crippled Bailey. John and Nils and cousin Claire, dancing, spinning, turning. Cross the hills to God knows where, they never come to returnin'. Cross the hills to God knows where, the piper pranced a-leadin'. Each child in Hamlin town but me, and I stayed home unheedin'. My papa says that I was blessed, for if that music found me, I'd be witchcast like all the rest. This town grows old around me. I cannot say I did not hear that sound so haunting hollow. I heard it clear. I was afraid to follow. Is that about the Pied Piper of Hamlin Town? Do you know that story? About the Pied Piper that led all the kids? Melinda May. Have you heard of tiny Melinda May, who ate a monstrous whale? She thought she could, she said she would, so she started right at the tail. And everyone said, "You're much too small." But that didn't bother Melinda at all. She took little bites and chewed very slow, just like a good girl should. And in 89 years, she ate that whale because she said she would. Well, she really kept at it, didn't she? I guess you can do anything if you keep trying. The little blue engine. The little blue engine looked up at the hill. His light was weak, his whistle was shrill. He was tired and small, and the hill was tall, and his face blushed red as he softly said, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. So he started up with a chug and a strain, and he puffed and pulled with might and main, and slowly he climbed a foot at a time, and his engine coughed as he whispered soft, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. With a squeak and a creak and a toot and a sigh. With an extra hope and an extra try, he would not stop. Now he neared the top, and strong and proud he cried out loud, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. He was almost there when crash, smash, bash! He slid down and mashed into engine hash on the rocks below, which goes to show, if the track is tough and the hill is rough, thinking you can just ain't enough. I don't know if that's a very good lesson. What are you talking about? All right, afraid of the dark. Oh, it's bright. Here we go. I'm Reginald Clark. I'm afraid of the dark. So I always insist on the light on, and my teddy to hug, and my blanket to rub, and my thummy to suck or to bite on. And 3 bedtime stories, 2 trips to the toilet, 2 prayers, and 5 hugs from my mummy. I'm Reginald Clark. I'm afraid of the dark, so please do not close this book on me. No! Wait, did you hear that? No! What? Just kidding. Hungry Mungry. Hungry Mungry. You see those teeth here? And those teeth there? That's a big mouth. Hungry Mungry sat at supper, took his knife and spoon and fork, ate a bowl of mushroom soup, ate a slice of roasted pork, ate a dozen stewed tomatoes, 27 deviled eggs, 15 shrimps, 9 baked potatoes, 32 fried chicken legs, a shank of lamb, a boiled ham, 2 bowls of grits, some black-eyed peas, 4 chocolate shakes, 8 angel cakes, 9 custard pies with Munster cheese, 10 pots of tea, and after he had eaten all that he was able, he poured some broth on the tablecloth and ate the kitchen table. His parents said, oh, Hungry Mungry, stop these silly jokes. Mungry opened up his mouth and, he ate his folks. And then he ate up all the people in the neighborhood. Up came 20 angry policemen shouting, stop and cease. Mungry opened up his mouth and, he ate the police. Soldiers came with tanks and guns, said Mungry, they can't harm me. He just smiled and licked his lips and ate the U.S. Army. The president sent all his bombers. Mungry still was calm, put his head back, gulped the planes and gobbled up the bomb. He ate down his town, he ate the city, ate and ate and ate, and then he said, I think I'll eat the whole United States. And so he ate Chicago first and munched the water tower, and then he chewed on Pittsburgh, but he found it rather sour. Poor Pittsburgh. He ate New York and Tennessee and all of Boston town, then drank the Mississippi River just to wash it down. And when he'd eaten every state, each puppy, boy, and girl, he wiped his mouth upon his sleeve and went to eat the world. He ate the Egypt pyramids and every church in Rome. They have a lot of churches. And all the grass in Africa and all the ice in Nome, Alaska. He ate each hill in green Brazil, and then to make things worse, he decided for dessert he'd eat the universe. He started with the moon and stars, and as soon as he was done, he gulped the clouds, he sipped the wind, and gobbled up the sun. Then sitting there in the cold dark air, he started to nibble his feet, then his legs, then his hips, then his neck, then his lips, till he sat there just gnashing his teeth. 'Cause nothing was left to eat. My beard. My beard grows to my toes, I never wears no clothes, I wraps my hair around my bear, and down the road I goes. Well, I suppose that's one way to do it. A lot of people are growing beards right now. Does anyone have a dad whose beard is really long that maybe he could wrap around himself instead of clothes? I don't know. Mary. No one's hanging stockings up, no one's baking pie, no one's looking up to see a new star in the sky. No one's talking brotherhood, no one's giving gifts. And no one loves a Christmas tree on March the 25th. Or March the 274th, which is, I believe, the date today. Oh, it's not? Is it May 12th? May 13th. Who knows? The search. I went to find the pot of gold that's waiting where the rainbow ends. I searched and searched and searched and searched and searched and searched, and then there it was, deep in the grass, under an old and twisty bough. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine at last. What do I search for now? Oh, we got some bonus poems. Bonus 30th anniversary special edition poems. Let's check them out. The truth about turtles. Turtles really have long legs, but they don't stretch them out until it's very late at night, and then they run about, racing over hill and field until morning comes, and then they curl them back inside their shells and crawl around again. Do you believe that? I don't know if that's true. It would be kind of funny if it was, though. Can you imagine if you saw something running around like that? Oops. Down, upside, out, come. All poems my. Found I can't, but try do I. Around all them turn not, can I. Down, upside, out, come all poems my. Or is it, my poems all come out upside down. I cannot turn them all around. I do try, but I can't. I found my poems all come out upside down. Tricky. Mr. Grumpledump's song. Everything's wrong, days are too long, sunshine's too hot, wind is too strong, clouds are too fluffy, grass is too green, ground is too dusty, sheets are too clean. Stars are too twinkly, moon is too high, water's too drippy, sand is too dry, rocks are too heavy, feathers too light, kids are too noisy, shoes are too tight, folks are too happy, singing their songs, why can't they see? Everything's wrong. Some days, Evie's a little bit of a grumpledump. We call her a grumpleuppagus. She's having a bit of a grumpleuppagus day today. She's already down for a nap. Naked hippo. Let us make a pair of pants for the poor old hippopotamus to cover his hide once we decide exactly how big his bottom is. Who's taller? Depends on if the judge is fair. Depends on how high the heels you wear. Depends on if they count the hair. Depends if they allow the chair. Do you think the chair is allowed? Well, she's wearing heels, but he's standing on a higher chair. Monsters. There are hungry monsters under my bed, growling at me because they haven't been fed. That's what Harry McGilly said. His father just smiled and said, "Oh, fraidy cat Harry, monsters are just imaginary." But Harry McGilly cried out all night, "There are hungry monsters, I know I'm right." So just to prove that Harry was silly, under the bed crawled Mr. McGilly. Harry heard a chomp. He heard a slurp. He heard a gulp. He heard a burp. And now little Harry sleeps sound in his bed, because there are no monsters, his father said. And if there are, well, they've been fed. Yeah, I think they ate the dad. Weightliftress. Nancy Bates can lift those weights as well as any feller. If you don't think it's ladylike, you go up and tell her. I don't think she'd take it so well. Don't tell me. Please, don't tell me I should hug. Don't tell me I should care. Don't tell me just how grand I'd feel if I just learned to share. Don't say it's all right to cry. Be kind, be fair, be true. Just let me see you do it. Then I might do it too. We talk about that a lot in this house. Trying to be a good role model, especially when you have a little sister, is pretty important. Tennocycle. You pedal, you pump, you bump on your rump. You're sweating and ready to cuss when you're riding a bicycle built for 10 and the other 9 took the bus. That would make it pretty hard to pedal. You'd be dragging a lot of bike without a lot of help. The unfunny jester. The jester told a silly joke. The king just frowned. Nobody spoke. The jester sang a funny song. The queen asked, "Must it last so long?" The jester did a funny leap. The prince and princess fell asleep. The king looked mad and asked for the fool. "Have you been to funny school?" "Yes," said the jester, and he hesitated. "But I never graduated." Uh-oh. Open, close. Open your mouth and close your eyes. and you might get a big surprise. It might be a cake made with sugar and spice. It might be 2 blueberry whipped cream pies. It might be a basket of crispy French fries. It might be those muffins your grandmother buys. But wouldn't it be a bit more wise to close your mouth and open your eyes? You know what it is back here? Looks like gunk. A bucket of gross stuff. No thanks. All right, last poem. Gorilla. Since I brought my gorilla to school, everyone's nicer to me. The teacher's more pleasant. The kids bring me presents. The principal serves me bran muffins and tea. If I'm tardy, they say, oh, don't worry. If I'm absent, they don't give a hoot. If my desk is a mess, or I'm sloppily dressed, or I snooze on my desk, or I cheat on a test, they say, isn't that cute? If I don't know my lessons, I just take a guess, and whatever I guess, the teacher screams out, that's right! And Big Bully Slick has been staying home sick, afraid that I'll trick him right into a fight. I'm welcome to munch upon anyone's lunch, and I was just voted most clever and cool. Though I chew gum and play, my report card's all A's, since the day I first brought my gorilla to school. Why do you think so? Because they're afraid of the gorilla? I wouldn't want to mess with a gorilla, would you? Although, riding on a gorilla's shoulders might be fun. All right, guys, we finished Where the Sidewalk Ends. It took 4 days of story time, but we finished. We'll have some more books for you tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. Bye.